Well, 20 years ago this week, Justice Horace Creever began his famous inquiry into Canada's infamous tainted blood scandal. Blood infected with HIV and hepatitis C had made its way into the healthcare system and poisoned thousands of blood transfusion recipients across the country. Families all over Canada were affected, including that of Toronto writer Kat Lanteigne. Now, she's revisiting that history in her own words through a play called Tainted, which is currently playing here in town. Lanteigne talked with Here and Now contributor Alison Broverman about her play while they were waiting to donate blood at a downtown clinic.
My name is Kat Lanteigne. I have an appointment for 1:50. I haven't donated blood in a long time. I traveled to Uganda in 2007, so I wanted to give myself a good 5-year window before I started donating blood again. So here I am.
The play Tainted comes from a very personal place for Kat. One of her family members was infected by a blood transfusion many years ago.
The tainted blood crisis was Canada's, and is, Canada's worst health calamity. 30,000 people from Whitehorse to St. John's were infected with HIV and hepatitis C via tainted blood, and what made it into a scandal was that our government and the Red Cross didn't take the appropriate measures to protect people who were the recipients of that blood via transfusions. I learned about the tainted blood crisis at a really young age. I was in my early teens, and to be quite honest, it's actually taken me years to digest it and to digest the truth of all of that. Because it was so systemic in so many different levels of our government and of the blood system at the time. And seeing the impact that it had on somebody you love and being completely helpless just left like an indelible imprint on me. It just never left me.
Researching the play left Kat with the strong conviction that our blood system needs protection, which means it needs donors. So here we are.
It's imperative, actually, that we support our voluntary system and that we put all of our resources into our voluntary system. It's absolutely crucial, and they need it. They need us, right? They need us to give. We need to support them, and we also need to be the guardians to make sure that our politicians and our bureaucrats do not allow any other competition for our market of blood donation.
Unfortunately, Kat's blood donation plans have hit a snag today.
Guess what happened to me?
What?
I can't give blood.
Oh no.
Because I've traveled to Nicaragua.
So I stepped in.
You're not gonna do this while we do that, right? You're not. Yeah, right. We can't.
Use my other hand. I climb into the chair, hold out my arm for the needle, and Kat talks about her play, Tainted.
I interviewed families from coast to coast, people who experienced it firsthand, family members, survivors. I also clearly talked to lawyers and doctors and advocates as well to get a whole picture of the story. But what I realized was that it was always the family, the core of a family story that was calling out to me that was the most important. So what I did was I created a fictitious family, and they are a mother and father with 3 hemophiliac sons, and use them as the core to be able to tell the whole story. And what I did was I made one of them a lawyer and one of them a hemophiliac nurse, so we could pull in the legal aspects and the scientific aspects into the show to make it clear to the audience what was happening, but without losing the family story and a really compelling drama. It's crucial that people understand the impact of the crisis. They need to understand that it wasn't an accident. They need to understand that policy, or I hope they take with them that policy really actually does have a huge impact on all of us and all of our lives, and that we can all play a part in ensuring that something like the tainted blood crisis does not happen again, and the only way we can do that is to know what it is. I'm asking our audience to donate, so that's part of what we're doing with our show as well. The system was hard won. It was fought for.
By the end of our conversation, I'm a half-liter of blood lighter, but it was a relatively painless process considering there was a big needle involved. Meanwhile, Kat's not too disappointed that she wasn't allowed to donate today.
The thing is about me not being able to donate is that it's proving that Canadian Blood Services is doing exactly what we need to be doing. As our nonprofit, voluntary blood system in our country, we have to be vigilant, and that's proof that they're doing their job.
At the College Street Blood Donation Clinic, I'm Alison Broverman.
Thank you, Alison. Kat Lanteigne's play Tainted is playing until the 12th, of October at the Daniel Spectrum Aki Studio Theatre. That's at 585 Dundas Street East. And you can stay tuned to Here and Now for more on what's playing on stages around town this week. A little later, we're going to tell you about a storytelling show that is sure to have you telling stories about the star of the show. More on that coming up in the next hour. Well, Anne-Marie